Hello, I'm Richard Esplin, Head of Product at Doc Labs, and today I have the pleasure of taking you through how our new cloud wallet can solve problems with credential recovery. We hear from our customers about two key obstacles to adopting reusable identity credentials. The first is that if a holder of credentials loses their mobile device that has the credentials on it, they've lost their credentials. And they have to go back to the issuer, get re-onboarded, and get the credentials issued again, and that's kind of a pain. The second is when a holder is interacting with credentials in an ecosystem of various providers, various issuers, and various relying parties. And in this ecosystem, a holder might interact with a bank, they might interact with an insurance provider, they might interact with a travel app. And traditionally, in order to access your identity in each of these experiences, you need to introduce a new brand, a new app, and get holders to adopt the identity wallet that's going to be used among these partners. And Doc's Cloud Wallet solves both these problems. By storing the credentials in the cloud, they're no longer solely on the device, they're stored off device. And so if you lose the device, you can recover those credentials by accessing them exactly like when you were using them the first time. And additionally, because those credentials are stored off device, you can access those credentials in multiple different mobile apps. So consumers can use different wallet providers in the same ecosystem and see the same credentials. Now, the holder might not know it's an identity wallet. The holder's in their banking app and they see some credentials. They're in their travel app and they see their credentials, and they just happen to be the same credentials because they're in the same ecosystem. We're now going to take you through an example user experience of how this could work in the real world. But we recognize that the ecosystem administrator is going to tailor this to their use cases. So it's not user experience we ship. These are Figma demos that'll show you how it could look based on what you decide works for your ecosystem. First use case is a financial use case in a web browser. So here the user has their laptop and they're onboarding to the Quotient Bank that we often use in our examples. And they're going to onboard with their mobile driver's license into a Clarity ecosystem. So we go through the mobile driver's license onboarding. We're going to use the California mobile app, and this is standard user experience. And we can review the information, make sure it's correct. Then we have to take the selfie so that we can confirm that we are the person in the mobile device. So go ahead and approve that, and that selfie loads and gets verified. Then it compares that against the mobile driver's license. Now we need to set up recovery codes so that if anything goes wrong, we can still access our credentials. So we generate those recovery codes, we write them down, and we confirm that we have them. Now, at this point, that biometric selfie can be used to generate a key alongside the recovery code and provision the cloud wallet. So we continue in the Quotient banking application. We can see the exclusive benefits that comes from the Clarity Partners ecosystem, and we can see that we've been given some credentials. And if we're interested, we can download a mobile app, or we can just continue with our lives. Later, I download a healthcare application onto my mobile device so that I can interact with my medical provider. And I notice this happens to also be a Clarity ecosystem application. And I remember, oh, I use that for my bank. So I don't need to provide my mobile driver's license. I can recover my existing account. And I'm going to use the same face scan that I used before. That's going to produce the same key that was used to provision that cloud storage. And once the identity is verified to do the face match, then I get those same credentials into the mobile app. And I can proceed with my business with my healthcare provider, knowing that I'm accessing those same credentials that I'd already stored. There are some key attributes that make Doc's Cloud Wallet well suited to these set of problems. The first is that the wallet data is only accessible with a key generated from the user's biometric. Multiple keys can be registered, allowing for recovery codes if the biometric fails, but the wallet data is end-to-end encrypted and completely opaque to Doc. The cloud wallet is configured by the ecosystem administrator. The ecosystem administrator is going to onboard the user, determine that interface, that user experience. They're going to integrate the biometric, decide on the branding they want to use, and they can even optionally host the data. We don't have to host it. Then that wallet data is integrated into an application through the JavaScript Wallet SDK. The encrypted data is transferred to the edge device for processing, whether it's a mobile app or a web application in a web browser, and it can be cached. So if you come back, you don't have to wait for everything to download again, or it could even work for offline use cases. The best news is this exists today. If you go to the Cloud Wallet documentation in our documentation portal at docs.doc.io, the link will be in the video description, then you can see how to initialize the cloud data store as you set up the identity wallet. We also include in the mobile SDK a number of examples showing how the cloud wallet works. In designing the cloud wallet, we incorporated feedback from our IDV and biometric partners such as Socur, Dayon, and Uverse. And we're looking forward to getting your feedback and incorporating that in the product. If you have any questions, you should reach out to our sales team. Their email address is sales@doc.io, and we're excited to work with you.